me, miss. I'm looking for a Miss Nina Younger.
Oh yes, that's my mother. Excuse me. Come in, please.
Thank you.
My mother isn't here just now. Is it business?
Yes, well, of a sort.
Have a seat. I am Miss Younger son. I look after most of her business matters.
Well, my name is Carl Linder.
Walter Younger. This is my wife and my sister.
How do you do?
What can we do for you, Mr. Linder?
Well, I'm a representative of the Claiborne Park Improvement Association.
Why don't you sit your things on the floor?
Oh yes, thank you. And as I was saying, I'm from the Claiborne Park Improvement Association, and we've had it brought to our attention at the last meeting that you people, or at least your mother, has bought a piece of residential property at 406 Claiborne Street.
That's right. Care for something to drink? Ruth, get Mr. Linder a beer.
Oh no, really. I mean, thank you very much, but no thank you.
Some coffee?
Thank you, but nothing at all. Well, I don't know how much you folks know about our organization. It's one of these community organizations set up to look after, things like block upkeep and special projects. And we also have what we call our New Neighbors Orientation Committee.
Yes, and what do they do?
Well, it's what you might call a sort of welcoming committee, I guess. I mean, I'm the chairman of the committee, go around and see the new people who move into the neighborhood and sort of give them the lowdown on what we do in Claiborne Park.
Uh-huh.
And we also have the category of what the association calls special community problems.
Yes, and what are some of those?
Girl, let the man talk.
Thank you. I would sort of like to explain this thing in my own way. I mean, I want to explain to you in a certain way.
Go ahead.
Yes, well, I'm going to try to get right to the point. I'm sure we'll all appreciate that in the long run.
Yes.
Be still now.
Well,
Would you like another chair? You don't look comfortable.
no, thank you very much. Please. Well, to get right to the point, I'm sure you people must be aware of some of the incidents which have happened in various parts of the city when colored people have moved into certain areas. Well, because we have what I think is going to be a unique type of organization in American community life, not only do we deplore that kind of thing, but we are trying to do something about it. We feel that most of the trouble in this world, when you come right down to it, most of the trouble exists because people just don't sit down and talk to each other.
You can say that again, mister.
That we don't try hard enough in this world to understand the other fellow's problem, the other guy's point of view.
Now that's right.
Yes, that's the way we feel out in Claiborne Park, and that's why I was elected to come here this afternoon and talk to you people. Friendly, like, the way people should talk to each other, and see if we couldn't find some way to work this thing out. As I say, the whole business is a matter of caring about the other fellow. Anybody can see that you are a nice family of folks, hard-working and honest, I'm sure. Today, everybody knows what it means to be on the outside of something. And of course, there's always somebody who's out to take advantage of people who don't always understand.
What do you mean?
Well, you see, our community is made up of people who've worked hard at the Dickens for years to build up that little community. They're not rich and fancy people, just hard-working, honest people who don't really have much but those little homes and a dream of the kind of community that they want to raise their children in. Now, I don't say we are perfect, and there's a lot wrong in some of the things they want, but you gotta admit that a man, right or wrong, has the right to want to have the neighborhood he lives in to be a certain kind of way. And at the moment, the overwhelming majority of our people out there feel that people get along better, take more of a common interest in the life of the community when they share a common background. I want you to believe me when I tell you that race prejudice simply doesn't enter into it. It is a matter of the people of Clybourne Park believing, rightly or wrongly, as I say, that for the happiness of all concerned, that our Negro families are happier when they live in their own communities.
This, friends, is the welcoming committee.
Is this what you came marching all the way here to tell us?
Well, now we've been having a fine conversation. I hope you'll hear me all the way through.
Go ahead, man.
You see, in the face of all the things that I've said, we are prepared to make your family a very generous offer.
30 pieces is not a coin less.
Yeah?
Our association is prepared, through the collective effort of our people, to buy the house from you at a financial gain to your family.
Lord have mercy, ain't this the living God?
Alright, you through?
Well, I want to give you the exact terms of the financial arrangement.
We don't want to hear no exact terms of no arrangements. I want you to know if you got any more to tell us about getting together.
Well, I don't suppose that you feel...
Never mind how I feel. You got any more to say about how people ought to sit down and talk to each other? Get out of my house, man.
Well, I don't understand why people are reacting this way. What do you think you're going to gain by moving into a neighborhood where you just aren't wanted, and where some elements, well, people can get awful worked up when they feel that their whole way of life and everything they've ever worked for is threatened?
Get out.
Well, I'm sorry it went like this.
Get out.
You just can't force people to change their hearts, son.